Well, hello, everybody. It is the Dennis and Andy Show with your movie review for the week. We went and saw what I consider more of an independent film, even though it's from A24, which does put out bigger films. We saw Friendship. Friendship, starring Paul Rudd and what's the other guy's name?
Tim Robinson
That's right, Tim Robinson. He's
and
the star of the movie.
and Kate Mara.
And Kate
And
Mara.
and yeah, A24, you just never know what you're gonna get. They tend to go on the darker side of things. The trailer looked interesting, and we decided, you know what? It's A24. Let's give this one a shot.
Yeah,
And I'll say we're glad we did.
we are. What's this movie about, Dennis?
Well, there is a suburban dad who's played by Tim,
Yep.
and he falls hard for this charismatic new neighbor.
It's hard.
And that's kind of an understatement, you know. He's his wife basically gives him a play date with the new guy in town.
Right.
Up the road, they go in there and they hit off this amazing friendship until things turn sour down the road.
Yeah, it's quirky. It kind of has a you remember the Jim Carrey movie Cable Guy?
Oh yeah.
Has a Cable Guy vibe to it. It is, if you've seen the trailer, it keeps touting how funny it is and all that. Guys, it is funny. I mean, there were the theater was actually pretty full, and there was a lot of like laughing out loudly. I mean, there was one moment Dennis and I both just busted out laughing very loud. Tim plays the husband of Kate Mara. He works at this, corporation. Doesn't really matter. He's kind of an executive there. It's not a big deal. And guy's got to be on the spectrum. He's got to be.
Yeah,
He's got to be. And he, like Dennis said, Kate Mara, his wife, is basically like, hey, the new neighbor invited you over to have a beer at 8 o'clock. And he's like, and this was in the trailer, no spoilers. He's like, hey, you don't know what my plans are. And she's like, every night you sit in that chair.
She knows exactly what he does every night.
So he goes over there and they bond really quickly. Him and, Paul Rudd's character, Austin, get along really well. And then, and once again, no spoilers, but there's an event, and you see it in the trailer, where Austin has some buddies over, and Tim's character Craig is over, and it just doesn't go well. And then Tim basically, and you see this in the trailer, breaks up with Craig, or Austin breaks up with Craig.
Yes.
Paul Rudd literally tells him, I think we've this friendship has run its course. What do you?
Yes, it's over now.
It's over now. And Craig is just on the step, just dumbfounded. And I actually leaned over to Dennis and I go, I've never seen a dude get broken up with by another dude before. It was just like
the hurt on his face was amazing.
It was palpable.
Yes.
Oh.
So the one thing that I'll say, there is a lot of secondhand embarrassment in this, a lot of cringe parts that you just go, wow. And that is actually what makes it funny. Right. I don't know if you want to call, say, Tim's humor in this, because that's what really, really makes it, is I don't know if you want to call it cringe humor or maybe anti-humor, because he plays on it on almost 180 degrees from like Paul Rudd, and that's what makes everything
well, and that's
so
the
funny.
Thing. Paul Rudd is literally the straight man in this. You usually see him be the comedy guy, and he's not. Tim does all the comedic stuff, and like Dennis said, it's not like a sitcom where the situations bring out the humor, and it's not even really, it is in the dialogue, but a lot of it is tip of the hat to Tim Robinson's acting, because the subtleties in his facial expressions and in the dialogue, in the way he handles these different situations, which to most people you don't look at and go, well, that's just an awkward situation. That nobody would know how to handle that. No, there were no awkward situations. It's just because He's awkward.
Yes, an example of it, and I won't say exactly what it was, but Kate says something about what happened to her in a tunnel,
Right.
and he was like, what? And for almost like a minute to a minute and a half, he's just quiet, and he goes through all these different facial expressions. As you can see, he's trying to calculate and understand what he just heard, and it was so funny.
Right.
And then finally, he goes, "Oh, that's good."
Yeah. It's under 2 hours long. It's like an hour and 40
Yeah,
maybe.
hour 40.
Yeah, hour 40. It doesn't drag. It's not, obviously it's not fast paced. It's just a good it's a good story. And even the way it ends, you knew it was over. Like you knew watching this scene, like, okay, this is probably the last scene. They're wrapping
Yep,
it up. This is it's over. And but it ended on the right note.
it did,
It
and that's just
really
it.
did.
Yeah, and there was a bit, I don't want to say roller coaster, but it was an uneven pacing. There were some real times where you're like, okay, and then boom, 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 and then okay, boom, boom, boom. But it hit. I was never bored through it. I was entertained throughout the entire thing. This was to me a surprise movie. I'm glad we went and saw it. This is a must see. I'll be calling my kids on the way home saying they love A24 movies. Got to see this one.
Yeah, I agree. And I was going to say one more thing. The thing that I liked about it with Craig, Tim's character, is you never knew what he was going to do, because if you watch the trailer, you get this dark vibe from it. So throughout the movie, you're like, oh, how's he going to react to that? Uh-oh. So I thought they did a great job at doing that and kind of like keeping you guessing. So
Yeah,
anyhow, we'll CG see it. Whose turn is it?
I think it's mine.
Okay, you go
So
ahead.
I will give this one for guys. If you're new, we do a CGC rating like comic books, a point 0.5 for a terrible movie to a 10.0, which is an amazing unicorn of a film. I am giving this one a 7.5. It was solid. I laughed at it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I, although it's not something that has to be seen on the big screen,
No.
it really was an enjoyable, worth us going to the theater to see.
Yeah, I'm close. I'm a little higher. I'm giving it a flat 8.0. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I like movies like this. It's kind of like it's almost like an art house movie, just because there's nothing big, no big budget needed for it. It's just a real life, it's like a slice of life movie with these unique
It
characters.
felt like a Cannes Film Festival,
Yeah,
almost
it
like
it
it, but
did.
yes.
It reminded me also of, you remember the movie with Paul Giamatti? I think it was Sideways, it was about wine and stuff. Did you ever see
Yes.
that?
Yes.
Kind of had that vibe as well. In
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
cans, like you said.
Good
So
movie.
anyhow, 8.0, 7.5. We're right in the ballpark. Do we have anything from the
Yeah,
IMDb
let's just
and stuff?
see. We've got IMDb is giving it a 7.5. Look at
Oh,
that.
okay, cool.
And on Tomato Meter, we do have both the critics love it at an 89%, and the
Wow.
audience has a popcorn meter of 75%. So
Guys, we
right
are
there.
right on the money again. Never go anywhere else for your movie reviews. We've got you covered. That's what we're here for. The DNA Show, Dennis and Andy. Go sign up for Lilith Infernal Conflict, launching very soon. If you're like, what's that about? Click the link in the description below. It'll take you to the sign up page. Find out all about it. Expanding on the world of Kor-Drath
Yeah.
with the lovely Lilith. Thank you for watching, guys, and we will catch you next time.
Live long and prosper.
Bye bye, everybody.